Welcome to video number 3. In this video we're going to go through how to create a good squeeze page for your sales funnel. Now when it comes to putting your sales funnel together, your squeeze page is one of the most important parts of the entire sales funnel, because if you get this stage wrong at this stage, then this could have a massive negative effect on how much money you can make and the actual results that you get when you build your list. So you have to make sure that you take this stage really seriously and make sure that you get this stage correct. So what I'm going to do is take you through lots of different tips for you to use when you create a squeeze page for your funnel, and also what I'm going to do is show you my actual squeeze page that I use myself to build my list, because something that a lot of people don't do is they don't actually give you a live example. There's a lot of people out there that may tell you to do this, to do that when you build your list, but they never actually give you a live example, and especially a page that they actually use themselves to build their own list. They just kind of tell you what to do, but they won't actually prove, or they won't actually give you any proof or any live example, or actually show you what they do themselves. They just tell you one thing but probably do something completely different. So this is why this course is completely different. I'm going to give you lots of different tips. I'm going to tell you what to do, and then also I'm going to show you my actual pages that I use, so you can see that everything that I'm telling you is what I actually do myself. So this is why I know it works, and you can be more than confident that it will work for you as well. So we're going to log in, or we're going to go to my squeeze page later in the course, or later in this video, so I can show you my actual squeeze page and what it looks like, so you can get lots of different tips from there. But first I'm going to go through all of these different tips. The first tip I'm going to give you is try to make your squeeze page as unique as you can to you. It doesn't have to be the best squeeze page on the face of the earth, okay? A basic squeeze page will work fine. But all I mean is try and make it unique to you, okay? When you see my squeeze page, it's nothing special, but it's unique to me, and you'll see why when you see it. So try and make your squeeze page unique. Don't use the same type of template that every man and his dog uses to build their list. If you're watching this video and you're in the internet marketing niche, then there's a lot of different free templates or paid templates that you can use, where thousands of different people are using these across the internet. I never do that. I never use the same templates what everyone else is currently using at the moment, because you get different you hear things, people telling you that these type of squeeze pages convert well, and then all of a sudden thousands of different marketers across the internet are using the same one, and the results will just be terrible. So this is why you should never listen to any of the hype, or any of the things that get spread around. Just try and make it unique to you and be a little bit different, but it will all make sense when you see my squeeze page and you can see how I do things. So tip 1, try and make your squeeze page a little bit unique, and don't just use the same templates and everything and the same plugins as everyone else, or the majority of people out there. Tip number 2 is pretty much what I just said in tip 1, but don't be the same as everyone else, okay? Try and be a little bit different, and you will get better results. Tip number 3 is you have to start looking at your squeeze page a little different. A lot of people look at their squeeze page as this is a page where you can get someone's information, and then you give them free information in return for their details, for their name and email. And okay, that's pretty, that's it's common sense. This is how a squeeze page kind of works, but you have to go one stage further and look at things a lot more in depth than what I just explained there. I look at my squeeze pages as a primer or a warm-up page, And this is how you should too, because when you start to do this, your sales funnel will start to become a lot more connected, and your front end sales will increase, or your one-time offer sales will increase, and you will start to get a lot better results when you build your list and make money. So start to look at your squeeze page as a primer or a warm-up page. I say primer because you prime people before they actually hit your paid offer, because on the next page you need to sell your products on a thank you page. So your squeeze page should do the job as priming somebody before they get to that paid offer, or warm them up before they get to your paid offer. And the best way to do this is by giving them free information which is going to be highly relevant and connected to your paid offer. So the way I do things is I give away a chunk of my paid offer as my free offer. So when they come to my squeeze page, I talk about the things that they're going to learn within the course, and then when they go to after they've opted in and they go to my thank you page, I then sell the full product, which is going to be the exact type of information, but this is going to be the full product, the full video course. In my how I currently build my list is I give away a section of my paid course. It's like 3 to 4 videos for free. So this is why my squeeze page acts as a warm-up page before they actually hit my paid offer, okay, which is going to be on my thank you page after they enter their name and email in my squeeze page and opt into my email list. So tip number 3, start looking at your squeeze page as a primer or a warm-up page instead of just a squeeze page. And when you start to do that, then you'll see that you have to make a lot of different tweaks and changes within your sales funnel. And when you start to look at things differently, this is when you start getting a lot better results and your conversions really improve. So that was tip number 3. Tip number 4 is blind squeeze pages are not always effective. A blind squeeze page is when somebody goes to a squeeze page and all you've got on there is a small box, and it may say something like how to make $694.28 per day by working 10 minutes on your sofa, okay, something like that. Now, having a squeeze page with that kind of headline doesn't do you any favors whatsoever, and I'll explain why. Because when somebody opts in to that type of squeeze page, they could be interested in 1,000 different ways to make money, or to build a business, or to build any type of income. So you don't know what they're after. Now, this example I've just given you is in the internet marketing niche. This is the make money online niche. Blind squeeze pages are pretty much only really ever used in this type of industry. You do see them occasionally in other niches and other markets, but this is mainly for the internet marketing niche. So if you are in the internet marketing niche, don't think that using these type of squeeze pages is a good idea, because they're not always that effective. Because all you do is you generate subscribers, but you have no idea what these subscribers are interested in. Okay, obviously making money, but that's not targeted enough. You don't know whether to give them a product on making money with AdSense. It could be list building. It could be they're interested in making money with surveys. It could be online poker. You know, it could be any number of different things. So you have absolutely no idea, if you use a blind squeeze page, what they're interested in. So you have no idea with the offer that you present on the next page is going to actually be a good fit for them. Yeah, and this is why blind squeeze pages, when people don't know what they're actually going to get until they actually press submit, work that well, because the traffic you get is not very targeted. The way you should do it is give people the information on the squeeze page that they're going to learn. Tell them what they're going to learn. Give them a little bit of a teaser. You don't have to give them every last detail on what they're going to learn. Give them a little bit of a teaser on what they're going to learn and the benefits of the information that you're going to give them. And when you start to do this, you pre-qualify people as well. So then they only really opt in if they want that information, and then on the thank you page you present an offer which is going to be highly relevant and highly targeted to that particular person. And this is why a lot of people get terrible conversion rates on their thank you pages, because their squeeze pages just generate the most generic of subscribers, and their conversions for their one-time offer sales or front-end sales, whichever term you like to use, is going to be dreadful. So make sure you think about that and bear that in mind at all times. Yeah, blind squeeze pages are not always effective, and as I said, this is mainly in the make money online or the internet marketing niche, but you do occasionally see these type of squeeze pages in other industries as well. And tip number 5 is higher opt-in rates are not always the best. So this is kind of connected to tip number 4, whereas a higher opt-in rate squeeze page will not always outperform a squeeze page with a lower opt-in rate. Now you may be thinking, well, surely if a squeeze page has a higher opt-in rate, it's more effective. Well, no, not really. It's not the opt-in rate you have to think about, it's how many sales you make on the next page. Because remember what I said in all of the tips so far, I told you that you have to pre-qualify people, prime them, precondition them, and warm them up to your paid offer. So when you just try and get a really high opt-in rate, they may not be very well targeted to your actual paid offer. So a higher opt-in rate on your squeeze page, yeah, it means you can build your list faster, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to convert those subscribers into paying customers. So you have to think about that. So for instance, if you had an opt-in rate on your squeeze page of say 75%, you would get 75 people opt in out of every 100, yeah, and that's fine. That's a fairly good opt-in rate, but you may not get any people buy your next product on the next page because you're not attracting the right type of traffic. If your opt-in conversion rate was say 40% out of every 100, so you generate 40 subscribers out of every 100, a 40% opt-in rate, you could then generate a few one-time offer sales on the next page. You see, it doesn't always mean, or having a higher opt-in rate doesn't always mean you're going to make more money. It just means you're getting more people onto your list, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be targeted subscribers. I would rather have a lower opt-in rate but make more money on the next page, and I'm sure you would too. So pay attention to that, bear that in mind, and always remember that a higher opt-in rate on your squeeze page is not always best, and this applies for any niche, any industry. Okay, you have to make sure that you get your message across on your squeeze page so they know what they're going to get when they opt in for your free information. And of course, your priority should be to sell your product, which is going to be delivered on the next page. The next tip is tip number 6. Make sure you use a powerful headline. This is something that you must have on your squeeze page, so it really pulls people in and it grabs their attention, because they do say that when somebody hits your squeeze page, you get around 5 to 10 seconds to actually grab their attention. If you don't grab their attention in the first few seconds, then they will just leave. So it's important that you grab their attention with a good, powerful headline. I'll show you the headline that I use on my squeeze page later in the video, and I show you my squeeze page, so you can see what I do and how I do it. Tip number 7 is always use single opt-in. Yeah, always use single opt-in. Now this is something that is debatable. A lot of people may say, or some people may say, use double opt-in. Some people may say use single opt-in. I'm telling you now, if you want to make money when you build your list, you need to use single opt-in. There's no doubt about it. When you see my sales funnel, I'm going to show you exactly what I do, and I use single opt-in every single time. The people that tell you to use double opt-in, okay, don't know what they're talking about. Double opt-in is a waste of time. If you build your list and use double opt-in, it means that you're giving people more steps before they actually receive any information. And what that does, it will drastically reduce your conversion rates. When you build your list, people want information now. They don't want to wait. So if they go through to the next page and you've got an offer which looks really good, then they will buy it there and then, which a lot of people do. So double opt-in is a complete waste of time. A lot of my sales that I make come from the early stages of them opting into my list, and that's either on the next page, okay, or in follow-up number 1. But most of my sales actually come from my one-time offer page. So bear that in mind. That's very important to know that, because if you use double opt-in, you're going to be leaving an obscene amount of money on the table. You're literally going to be throwing tons and tons of subscribers or tons of subscribers and customers away, because not everybody actually confirms their email if you use double opt-in. And there's not ever going to be any problems with spam if you use single opt-in either, because a lot of professional autoresponder services have certain features in place so that if the same person tries to spam your particular email list, or for whatever reason, or whatever they do, then after the first opt-in has been registered, then every other one they will make sure that they have to confirm. So you aren't ever going to get any problems by using single opt-in. I've been using single opt-in for years, and it is the way to go. And especially if you want to make money when building your list. By all means, if you don't want to make money when building your list, then use double opt-in. But the reason why you've bought this course is because you want to make more money in your sales funnel and make your sales funnel way more profitable. So if you want to do that, then I recommend you to use single opt-in all the time. Tip number 8 is, as I just said, promote your front end offer on the thank you page, and this is why you use single opt-in. So whatever product you sell, make sure that you present that offer on the thank you page, and the thank you page is the page that somebody sees after they enter their name and email into your squeeze page. So when they push submit, they go through to the next page and your offer will automatically come up. So that's tip number 8. Always make sure that you promote your front end offer or your one-time offer on the thank you page. Tip number 9 is your free offer can be a watered down version of your paid offer, and I did briefly mention this earlier in the video. Your free offer that you present on your squeeze page can be a watered down version of your paid offer, and this is exactly what I do. So I'm not just telling you to do one thing and I do something else. This is exactly what I do on my squeeze page. I actually give away 2 to 3 videos. I actually think it's about 3 videos, and they are part of my main course. And this works because, as I've been saying to you throughout the course, you have to make sure that your free offer is highly relevant to your paid offer, and the best way to do that is to give away part of your paid offer for free. And then if they want to upgrade, or when you actually sell your main offer, your paid product, you can just sell that as an upgrade to the information that they previously got, and believe me, your conversions will be way higher than if you just try to sell a different product. And tip number 10, which is the last tip before we go to my squeeze page and I show you exactly what my page looks like. Tip number 10 is I use OptimizePress to create my squeeze pages. I find OptimizePress is really easy to use. I've been using it for a very long time and I've never had any problems using it at all. It's a fantastic piece of software or a plugin, and I highly recommend it. Now if you would like to purchase it, then it is obviously you have to buy it. Okay, it's not a free plugin. It does cost, but it's definitely worth it, because once you've purchased it, then you've got it for life. So it's a fantastic piece of software. So that was tip 10. I use OptimizePress, and you can create other types of pages as well. It's not just squeeze pages. You can create sales pages, you can create launch pages, and all types of different pages with it. So it's not just squeeze pages. It's a fantastic piece of software. I highly recommend it. So let's go to my squeeze page and I'll show you what my page looks like. Okay, here we are. This is my squeeze page that I use. This is where I give away my list building free course and my list building videos. So as you can see, I've got a headline at the top there which grabs people's attention. I've got a sub headline. I've got a basic opt-in box to the right hand side there, a button to say get instant access, and at the bottom there I've got some bullet points, and this is what I use to build my list. Okay, I send thousands of people through this page. Now, as I said to you earlier in the video, it doesn't have to be the best squeeze page since sliced bread. Okay, it just has to do the job of building your list, priming your subscribers or your traffic before they enter your list, and giving them a very good free offer, a good free offer, and also the offer has to be highly relevant and connected to your paid offer. And this is what this page does. Now there's a few little extra things I've done to make it more effective. As you can see, I've got a video in the front here which is on autoplay, so within a few seconds of someone coming to my page, this video actually starts. So then this grabs people's attention, and this page currently converts anywhere between 35% and 55%. So it still converts really well. And this is the page I use. And if we opt into my squeeze page, if we just go test, just so I know it's a test, like that, and then just put whatever in there, and then at gmail.com, if we go get instant access, what will happen is this will go through to my one-time offer, to my front end offer. Okay, and we will go through all of this in another video. I'll explain how to create a good front end offer and all of that, but this is exactly what your squeeze page has to do. Yeah, once they opt in, they then come through to a sales page, and this is the sales page that I currently use. But as I said, I'll explain all of this in a different video about why and how I do it and how I set it up. So if we click back, go back to there we go. So this is my squeeze page, and this is the one that I send thousands of people to build my list. So you can by all means look at my squeeze page, get it, use it for tips and see how I do things. And as I said, I use OptimizePress to create this. It's really simple to do. I'm not going to show you how to do that because there's lots of tutorials within OptimizePress that you can use to learn how to create a squeeze page like this, but it's really simple. It's really simple to do. So using all of the tips that I've given you throughout the course, throughout the video, and by looking at my squeeze page, you should be able to go out there and create a good squeeze page for yourself. So just bear in mind, I think one of the most important tips that I could probably give you out of all of the 10 tips that I give you throughout this video is don't be the same as everyone else, and don't just use a basic blind squeeze page. Yeah, as you can see on my squeeze page here, I actually tell people that it's a list building course, so I'm only ever going to get people opt in that are interested in building a list, and this is what you need to do. Otherwise you're just going to generate subscribers that are just interested in making money or interested in whatever it is, in whatever niche you're in, but the traffic won't be targeted, so then your conversions will be dreadful. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you can use all of this information when building the first part of your sales funnel, which is your squeeze page. There's been a lot of information in this video to go through for you to absorb, but by all means you can go back through this video as many times as you like, and just pause it at different stages, and you can re-listen to certain tips that I've given you. So there's lots of stuff in this video that you can go over again, and in case you miss anything the first time. So that's it for video number 3. I will see you in video number 4.